Hey, hey, hey.
Camerae.
Watching Camerae.
Oh my.
On Camerae.
Hello.
Music, TV.
Are you listening to me?
So enjoy yourself.
This girl is always
so
singing.
Enjoy yourself.
Hello. Camerae, come on. It's time to start the show.
Oh.
Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl Camerae, and I'm back on this podcast, hashtag JTFIO, or just trying to figure it out. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe, download this episode, follow me on Instagram at JTFIO Podcast, or on Facebook. Follow the podcast so that you stay up to date with the episodes. It's November. Thanksgiving is coming. I'm already shopping. I am already shopping for the Thanksgiving foods because honestly, the way that my stomach's set up, there's requirements that I need. I gotta have this food. I was discussing with my mom and my husband, building traditions as a newlywed, just period, as our own little family, just us three, me, my husband, and my dog. Like, what are we gonna cook? How are things gonna work? So just really excited about that and getting into that whole thing. So if you guys noticed, there was no episode last week. I know, don't shoot me. All right. I know I already see y'all furled up brows and looking at the camera like crazy and looking at the screen crazy because you're not looking at the camera. I'm looking at the camera. But honestly, y'all know that's my favorite word. Honestly, organization is just so important, and your girl was just still lacking it. And that's what our topic is about this week. It's about the planner community. Now, I don't know if y'all know, but the planner community is a whole entire thriving nation. They got it going on over there. They got different types of planners. And when I talk about planners, I'm talking about daily planners. They got journaling and bullet journals and a monthly planner, weekly planner, daily planner, hourly planner. There's so many type of planners. And at first I used to think how realistic is it to write down every single thing? Oh my gosh, it's so unrealistic to do that. A teacher of mine, she literally had on her calendar when to eat, when to have snacks, just all of the things. And I just was looking at it bruh, when do you just chill? When do you just have time when you're not doing anything? But she had to show me that if she did not have it scheduled in there like that, it just wouldn't get done. One thing I noticed about myself, though, is when my plate is too full, at first I'll try to start eating a little of everything. I never just completely eat one thing, or in this case, I never complete one full activity. I start nipping at every little single thing. And I got so many analogies and pictures in my head that I'm trying to stick with this one so y'all feel where I'm going. I never just eat one thing. I eat a little bit of this, eat a little bit of that, do that, hoping that if I do a little of all, they'll all eventually get smaller, right? But that is just not the case. That's not what ends up happening. What ends up happening is I get tired, and now everything is a little closer to finish, a little less closer to the beginning, but still not done. Okay, I'm gonna give you a better example because even I got lost in that. My husband came home the other night. I can't remember what night. But he said he literally looked around the apartment and he could see where I had started each little juncture and I had moved to each thing, but nothing was done. I'm talking about dishes were halfway done, had food out to meal prep halfway done, had clothes out, was folding them, fell asleep in the clothes, still folding, had a laptop open, editing was going on, all of these things that were happening, but they were not done. And it just made me realize wow, if you had a planner, or if you actually wrote in your planner, then you would be able to plan for these things. You would understand, that y'all, I'm doing too many things at once. You would understand that, okay, I need an hour for this and it needs to be done by this time. So there's more fire under you to get it done. For a long time, I have let go of like things like that because I've just been like, oh no, I just want to be free and I don't want to have these mandates to get things done. It's unrealistic and can't nobody hold me down. Can't nobody control me. And honestly, my favorite word, you can't get nothing done like that. You cannot get nothing done like as many things on my plate and as many things as that's on your plate. You just cannot. When I even take away the fact that I'm in school full time, the fact that I have a full-time job where I don't just leave the work there. Like I come home and do work that has to do with my job and then, trying to graduate. So there's like extra things and then brand management and then being a wife and then being having a dog and then maintaining the household. And it's just like stuff like that. It just kind of builds and builds and builds and builds and builds. And if you are not operating with some kind of write down system or some kind of accountability system, like things are going to fall like Jenga because you're just taking things out and stacking it on top and you're not ever checking on all the many things that you need to do. Okay. So a couple people I know, they journal, they make planners, and I'm envious because I always forget to check my planner. Like I will get in here, I'll write, and I have to remind myself to check my planner. I have to remind myself to just period. I got to remind myself to write in it, remind myself to check in it, remind myself what I should write in it. It's just so many things, right? So if you can see, I can't see y'all because my camera's acting crazy, but if you can see, like I've drawn the months, right? So I did it by semesters because I am in school and I teach, so it's just easier for me. So I did September, October, November, December, and they're the months. And I got the bullet journaling idea from Dr. Tanisha Taylor. She was letting me know like it's just more fluid and you can just write as you may, or whatever it is that you want to write, and you can write it your way. And so I like to draw like pretty things, and so I'm writing it all in there. But the thing is, this will sit in my bag. It'll sit in my purse. I won't check it. So what other kind of things is in here? I'll do like my things to do, and it'll have like a cute little nice and pretty ink and then little squares, and then I can color it in or I can do halfway. Y'all can see right here that it didn't get done. Now it could have gotten done. I just forgot to come back and check it. Then I go through my week and I start writing for my week, and it just I'm sorry if you're listening. I just thought about it. If you're listening, like while driving and stuff, you can't see this, but my planner, I try to write in here every week. I try to write my things to do, my goals and stuff. And like I said, this is not my own original idea. I did get this from Dr. Taylor, who is a part of the planner community. And I know a lot of people who are. Y'all got the stickers. Y'all got the markers. Y'all, my dog, I have no clue what he's doing. But anyway, so just like here, I have like my 5-year plan, and it has the months across the top. It has the years down the side, and I have little things on here like buying a house, like graduation, how much money I want to have saved. I have, debts and budgets and all kind of stuff. Like when I was doing my Dirty 30 photo shoot, I had that written down in there, just all kind of stuff. But I wanted to talk about this today because I don't think we understand the power of writing things down, and how when you write it down, it helps you to actualize it better. And it's been helping me. It's just, I was at the point where I didn't want to write nothing down. Now I'm writing things down, but I have to remember to look at it. So, baby steps, baby steps. Let me see, what more did I want to tell y'all about this? I think I kind of want to know you guys' process for planning, because you can't just write every single thing down, right? Or does it overwhelm you when it's written down? Are you a person that has that photographic memory? So you know that you got to do something. It's in your mind, because I have so many reminders in my phone that I don't even check. I got reminders in my phone that are going off all day. I got it written down here. I got alarms set. I got sticky notes, because there's so many things going on, and I have to discipline myself to check where I wrote it, because that's a real thing. And I don't even know if y'all realize, like, a lot of us just have so many moving parts, so many things going on. So it's important to plan. It is, because just like as a teacher, they tell us to do like the student work. So what that is you do the assignment as if you were the student. So then you can foresee potential questions or things that the kids might run into, and it helps you better prepare for your lesson, because you already know to explain something because you know your kids. And so I think this is really effective, because if I know, next week or the week after that's Thanksgiving break, then I can already be planning for what's going to happen this day, instead of waking up that day and being like, oh shoot, I forgot I need to do this, I need to do that. I thought it was real important to hop on here like this, because I want y'all to understand that I'm not perfect. None of us are perfect. And I think it's best that we see when people are just trying to figure it out, trying to understand like what the heck is happening, because we all don't get that. So like for next week, I've already laid out, I've written November 10th through the 16th. I've written down Sunday through Saturday. And so I'm going to go ahead and fill in like little things like obligations that I have where I'm going to be busy, like duty or, things at work or appointments. I'm going to go ahead and fill that in. And usually it's color coordinated. And like on my calendar that's tied to my email, everything's color coordinated. Still working on getting everything on there, but slowly but surely, right? Then I have like a little alarm that says when to post my word of the day, when to post my podcast. Then there's something else that usually when I'm doing things the right way, there's other like little alarms of and not really alarms, but notifications of when like my promo stuff is gonna drop, or what time those are set up for. And you can do that through Creator Studio. So I go ahead and schedule all those on shooting day, right? So I go through and do all that. Then as far as housework, I have certain days like when I clean the bathroom or when I start laundry, when I finish laundry. So I'll write that in like Tuesdays, and then, whatever other days that I'm doing that. Like I have a day for vacuuming, I have a day for this, I have a day for that. Because if I don't, the only reason why I'm doing all this is because when I wasn't, and I'm still at this point, I was staying up to like 1, 2 in the morning, early Monday morning, Sunday night, cleaning, meal prepping, doing all these things because my time management was so far out of whack, and I did not space out my duties throughout the week instead of saving them for that one day. So a good friend, Mariah, told me like, why don't you space out your stuff better? So planning is really it's really a struggle for me, because I'm very like sporadic and random, and I like to just do stuff and fly by the seat of my pants to an extent. I'm not the person that's just going to be out here like, oh, let's go dye our hair red and tomorrow it'll be blue. And I usually pontificate on what I want to do, figure out how I can make it happen, go through the process, get a couple opinions and do a couple more research, and then go do it. So I'm sporadic to an extent. But yeah, so I said I would write my appointments in. I write down like things that are reoccurring, like school. I have school, work. We have our weekly schedule posted. We have monthly schedule posted. We know when bills are due. So then I also have like on my reminders when the bills are due a couple days before. Like there are so many things happening. Yeah, I just wanted to hop on here, like I said, and really talk about planning, because I do feel like it's something that it's like a life skill that is not being taught. Like, I was taught to write things down, but I don't think I really realized the severity of making sure things are written down so that I understand what I need to do as far as my day and being, effective in all of the worlds that I exist in. Like, for example, so what I'm going to do tonight is I'm going to look at November and December, as we are already in our first full week of November. But I'm going to look at November and December. I'm going to look at each like specific thing that I do. I'm going to look at school and see like what that looks like as far as how much time I have left in this semester. Graduation application is due. What are the steps that need to happen for me to get this done? So one major thing about planning that I learned this year was that, just writing in the due date, like graduation application being due next week, just writing in that due date is not effective, because when it comes up to 2 days before and I see it on that week, I'm going to forget all about it. So I have to write in stuff a week before to say, go up to school, submit application, or the next day, make sure you have all the signatures, all the things leading up until that day. That is something that I just like, it makes sense in my head, but it's something that I just started applying. How are you going to say that something is due one day, but you don't do any work up until when it's due? Now, a couple of us, we'll turn and we'll look, oh, okay, next week for November, I have this due, so I need to go ahead and get started. But with me, I need to write it down, because with all this stuff going on, I will forget. So I break it down. So with school, I do that. So then with work, I also do the same thing. Okay, what does this look like? What are the kids going to need to do? Okay, here, right before Christmas break, is it best to put an assignment there? Okay, when are report cards due? When are grades due? When is this due? Doing all of that, adding it into my calendar in a different color, or, maybe making it a higher priority. So writing it in red, like, I really think y'all are kidding. And then, I really think y'all think I'm kidding. So then on top of that, like time with my husband, I feel like is very important. So I will write it in. I'll write, I'll put like little hearts when my husband's going to be off, and then we'll plan our thing. So I'll write it in my calendar. So then when, 3 months have passed, I can look back and be like, oh, remember we did go see that movie on November 5th, or we did go do such and such on December 2nd, and it's just important to me to be able to have a record of things done, because I'm getting older and I can barely remember what I had on yesterday. Bruh. So even if you're not a fan of writing things down, I think you need to get into it. Even if you're taking pictures, even if you're setting reminders in your phone, which I do, setting alarms in your phone, which I do, using sticky notes and putting them on your mirror, like being Mary Jane, which I have done. We have to come up with some type of system to hold ourselves more accountable.
I'm not sure I understand.
To hold our... Oh my gosh, are you just typing everything that I'm saying? To hold ourselves more accountable when it comes to our lives, because organization, planning, it just helps make things better for those around you. And I'm gonna make this point and we're gonna be done. As a teacher, if I don't plan for my students, they cannot be successful that day. If I don't plan for potential things that they may have a problem with, or potential struggles, potential triumphs, Jesus, it's not really going to be as effective of a lesson. And what kind of teacher am I if I'm not, understanding the tempo or the temperature or the climate of my classroom? The same thing goes for your day. If you get up every day and you just wing it, there's no way that you're going to reach your full potential that day, because you could have planned your day out, had a more seamless day, had a less stressful, less anxiety filled day. And then by the end of the day, maybe you're not cranky. Maybe you have time to go get ice cream or talk on the phone with friends or do all these things. But a lot of us are, did you really go into the kitchen cabinet and get that Tupperware bowl out? I just know you didn't. Let me see that. You have all these toys and you choose. Oh, I need to get up off of here. But anyway, so yeah, that has been your episode this week. I wanted to tap into the planner community and how y'all doing it out here. A lot of us are born with gifts, and I believe planning and organization is one. It is not one that I was born with, but it is a skill that I'm trying to adapt and trying to add to my set of skills. But I have a new segment that I'm adding to the channel. So if you guys see the camera or my phone, where I'm shooting BTS behind the scenes, baby. Yeah, this is exciting, actualizing my dream. But make sure you guys download, subscribe, follow, share, comment, like, love, all of it. And I'll see you guys next week. Bye.